back to my channel. It is a beautiful Wednesday afternoon and I thought it'd be fun to do a little tattoo tour. It's getting warmer, shorts are getting shorter, sleeves are disappearing on your shirts, and I figured someone's gonna ask me one of these days what certain tattoos mean, so why not make a whole video of it. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up and also hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Alright, so first tattoo. Okay, side note. I'm going to do my very best to do this in order, but we may end up going back and forth a couple of times, but I'm gonna try my best, guys. Okay. So my very first tattoo I got on my 18th birthday. My parents asked me what I wanted. I said a tattoo because why not? What else would I ask for? So I got one on my hip, and it says pain written in lipstick, and there are little paw prints on the tube. The reason why I got that, it was in memorial for my cat, Pain. That was his real name. He was a Russian blue. He was an amazing cat, awesome cat, and he is no longer with us, so I decided I wanted to commemorate his memory. And instead of getting like the traditional like paw prints or something like that, I was starting to get into like my pinup phase, so I was always wearing red lipstick, and I thought, you know what? This will be cool. Let's do lipstick with his name. Oh, hi! Well, guys, this is gonna be my little co-host. This is Mr. Boofy. Okay, hi, Boof. He's gonna also make a second appearance in just a little bit, but he's gonna hang out with us. Hi, honey. All right, so I've only gotten down to my first one. So my second tattoo that I ever got was on my shoulder, and it is a ladybug. In memory of my grandmother. My grandmother passed away and she had 8. Well, thank you, Boofy. Alright. Oh. He's gonna be a distraction today, okay, I'm sorry. Are you sure I am your furkini? Alright, anyways, let's stop looking at him. But anyways, my ladybug, I got it from my grandmother when she passed away because she had a ladybug tattoo on her shoulder, so I thought that was perfect. Next tattoo, I'm going to say it was, so that was number 2. Number 3, I'm going to say it was this. It says forever on my ring finger, and the boyfriend I had at the time, he has always, so we have matching tattoos. He wanted to do names, I said no, so I thought this will be a little bit better because if anything were to happen, which obviously it did, it's not going to be a, oh, well, this person's name is for blah 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 blah. Forever, when I get married, it'll have a ring on there, so I could just say, oh, it's forever for when I got married. So don't get tattoos of your significant other's names unless you absolutely feel in your heart that you're going to be together forever. This is kind of like a pressure tattoo, so and if you ever feel pressured, don't ever get it because you're going to regret it later down the road. I don't regret mine. It doesn't bug me, so yeah, it's lasted pretty good. It's not faded or anything, which is awesome. So that's number 3. Number 4 is going to be probably my hand tattoos. It says Mom and Dad. I got them in red because I thought it was cool. You always see it in black writing, and I wanted to do something a little different, so I got Mom and Dad. So number 5 will be on my collarbone. It says every storm cloud runs out of rain, meaning a bad day is not going to last forever. It was on a country song I heard one day when I was having a really hard time, and it just spoke to me, and I was like, I want this tattooed on my body. So I went to my artist, I told her I wanted this, and I don't know how it's going to look on camera. I think you could read it on camera, but in real life, it's backwards. You can't read it unless you're in front of a mirror or a camera. And when I figure out that song name, I'll leave it in the link below so you guys can listen to it. It's a really good song. Alright. Well, hi. Next tattoo, I'm going to say it was my thigh tattoo. My thigh tattoo took about 8 hours. I told my artist I wanted it done in one day, and she was like all gung-ho for it. She's like, let's do it. So my artist, Danielle, I showed her a picture of something similar I wanted, and she put her own little twist on it, and also I did a lot of makeup back then, and I wanted something to show that off. And again, like I said, I hated my thighs. I didn't wear shorts from like 6th grade to senior year. And when I was old enough to get something, get a tattoo, and I had money for a tattoo, I was like, I wanted to have a reason for shorts, because it is blazing hot in the summer out here in California, and I was dying, but I still didn't budge on the no shorts, just jeans. So when I got this, I was like, I have to show it off. Like, this is awesome. I need to show it off. So my thigh tattoo is a garter belt, which is wraps halfway around my thigh. Like I said, I used to do makeup, so I have a makeup brush and a mirror. Like I said, it took about 8 hours. Great. We didn't go all the way around because there's really no need. I mean, the outside is really the only important thing. And also, if you have a tattoo or thinking about getting a tattoo, circles or anything round is very difficult to do. And the reason being is that your body moves, it changes. You're not stuck like in the same position the entire time. You move, it moves with you. So circles are very hard to do. So we only went halfway. And then the next one, I'm gonna say it was my knee. It was lipsticks. It was a Friday the 13th tattoo. Those are my lips, if you're wondering. Nobody else's. All right. I lost count. I don't know if you guys are counting, but I lost count. Number whatever. I would say will be my foot tattoo. So my foot tattoo is not done. This took a couple sessions and it's still not done. I'm trying to let it stretch out because I was sitting on it, so it looks all really lumpy and bumpy. But it's aerial. My whole foot is pretty much covered, and eventually I'll get it redone. It's just there's a lot of nerves in your foot, so when you're tattooing, those nerves like bounce. I guess if you hit your knee, your leg will kick. That's what it is with your foot. So with that in mind, if you're wanting something really big and intricate, it's going to be very difficult just because you may jump like that, and it's very hard to keep it steady and straight lines. But this is my incomplete aerial. It is my whole foot. So yeah, she still needs a lot of work, but eventually I'll get around to it. All right, that's Miss Ariel. Let's see. I think that was tattoo 5. I think we're on 6. So number 6 will be, I think my other thigh, honestly. Stand right back up. So my next thigh is this one. So it looks like a bird cage, but it's actually a fairy cage. And the reason being is because you can see like the sparkle and it kind of wraps around. It's like the fairy just left her cage. And the reason being is because I got out of my previous relationship, and it was very controlled. It was a very jealous relationship, and it wasn't really going anywhere. We were young and dumb, and when we broke it off, or when I broke it off, I realized my life was at a standstill. I didn't like where it was going, and I felt free to be myself and do what I've always wanted to do. And this was just a reminder to me saying that if I don't like the direction of my life, where it is going, if it's not making me happy, then why am I doing it? Life is short. I don't need to be pleasing anybody else other than myself, because in the long run, if you please everybody, you're the one who's going to get hurt in the long run. So that is my fairy cage. And this one also took about like 8 hours to do. All right. Let's see. Showed you my hands. Oh, fun little one. I don't know when I got this, but I hand poked it. It's like, I don't know if you can see it. It's like a couple dots, but honestly it looks like a dot and a line because it's just started to blend together. I got a needle and Indian ink and just poked myself, and now I have this. Don't try that at home. Don't do it under quarantine. You don't need to be giving yourself homemade tattoos. You really don't. Trust me, you don't want to do that. All right, let's see what's next. I think after this thigh, I got the hot air balloon on the back of my calf. I know I just said don't get a tattoo about your significant other, but it's been 7 years and with my current squeeze, and it's been 7 years, and he flies hot air balloons, and in general, hot air balloons are freaking cool, man. So I was like, let's just get a hot air balloon. The only thing in a hot air balloon, it does have 143, which I'll show you, which is something that we say, and that's actually what he told me the first time. Instead of saying I love you, he said 143. He like wrote it on my back, and I had to guess what it was. So that's the only thing that really says Ryan. And if we broke up again, it doesn't bug me, but I could just shade it out. It's super easy. But without further ado, this is my hot air balloon. Baby, make me hotter than a hot air balloon. So yeah, hot air balloons are cool, man. So that's my balloon. And I got that one like on a whim. I was actually going to get that on my rib cage, which I'm so glad I did it, because it would have just made my core like short, and it wouldn't have looked good. Like, it would have really made me like look like, it would have made my body shape look weird. So I'm so glad I got that behind my calf. Alright, on to the next tour. I want to say, I'd probably say my finger, because I got this by the same guy who did the balloon. I know it doesn't look like anything if you didn't know what it was, but my grandfather had this Navajo ring, and I lost it, which is like one of the regrets I will have till the day I die, losing that ring. But I love that ring so much, and I wanted to tattoo it on me, but the guy, the balloon, he did great, but this, he didn't really listen, and when I showed him the picture, he didn't really like pay attention to it, so he just kind of did this, and oh well, I can't do anything about it now, but it was, and it's really hard to explain unless I showed you a picture, but it was just off of Navajo Ring, just that I loved. But yeah, now it just looks like, everyone calls it a bird, so it's a bird. We'll call it a bird. Alright, let's see, I told you about my lips, everything on my legs I think are done. After this guy, I think I did something that looks like this little guy. I got Mr. Boofy. Let me shut the window real quick, guys. I think Ryan's out there mowing the lawn. But yeah, this is Mr. Boofy. Boofagoof. Is that you? He doesn't care. But this is my main man. This is my favorite baby. I'll tell my other cats. But this is my favorite baby ever. And I wanted a tattoo of him. You know, he's just so adorable. Everyone had to see what this little guy looked like. And I do dress him up. I have pictures of him in bow ties. And I went to my artist and I said, I need Boofy and a bow tie. I sent her a couple pictures. She drew it up. And we went from there. After Mr. Boofy, I got this one with one of my best friends, Sam. It's an arrow with some lace and with her initial on it. She has the same one, but with an N. Moving on, I think the whole thing is just on this arm. So this arm, okay, I never wanted a sleeve, but this ended up happening, so you never know. So I got originally this one. This one just had, none of this was here. I just got this tattooed. It was supposed to be a bee by someone else, but he made it look like a fly. So I went to Danielle and I was like, can we fix this? So I showed her a design that I liked on Instagram, and she saw it, and then she made it her own. I always let her do that. I tell her what I want, and then she kind of just makes it her own, which is awesome. And it's super pretty. So a little diamond with some flowers. Now don't judge me with this. Definitely need to get this retouched. Hopefully this summer, when everything, hopefully it all is done, I can get that retouched so it looks really nice. Next one, I'm gonna say it was my praying mantis. I love praying mantises. I have always loved them when I was a kid. It was, yeah, how can I get a good angle? This is him, the little praying mantis. So yeah, like I said, I always loved praying mantises ever since I was a kid. They're just the coolest things ever. And what gave me the idea, okay, this sounds so stupid, I'm sorry, but I do think about it before I get it. But I thought about this and I was like, I need to get it done, and I just hooked on the idea until I got it done for a few months. But Ryan and I were celebrating one of our anniversaries at Disneyland, and I was wearing this like romper thing, and like I itched my head, and I was like, oh, that'd be cute with a tattoo under here with this outfit. And I was like, praying mantis. I don't know. I wasn't drinking, I swear. I was sober. But then I waited like 2 months to see if I still liked it, and then I was like, no, I'm staying with this idea. So that's when I got my my praying mantis. That's usually my inspiration. Is it's the stupidest things, but I love them. Like, I don't regret any of these ones. Like, these are my favorite tattoos. Like, oh, I love all of them, but like the on the whim ones are on the whim. Like I said, 2 months or 3 months. Are usually my favorite. But yeah, that's my little praying mantis. I got him, and love him. And it didn't hurt as bad as some people think under your arm. What's really mostly uncomfortable is that the position you're in, because your arm does fall asleep very quickly when you're in this position, and then the numbness along with the needle hitting your skin, you just get more antsy than anything. So I think that's what hurts, is that you get antsy, you want to get up. But she had a hairless cat that I got to play with, so I was totally fine. But then when the hairless cat left, then I noticed the pain. But it was super quick. Next one, I want to say after the praying mantis, I got my skull. One that everyone, I think everyone sees this one at first glance if I'm just wearing a tank top. I always wanted a skull. I didn't want the classic human skull. I wanted to get something different because I figured since I had Goofy, my bee, and I haven't talked about him yet, my bee and my praying mantis, it'd look a lot better and also more girly if I didn't have just a human skull right there. Like if I had something more like softer. So I wanted the deer skull, and she was able to wrap the horns around my arm so it looked really nice and kind of shaped it really well. And it's very intricate. I love it. She was able to give him a little flower crown and all this cute stuff around it. But yeah, that was my skull. And since going with the animal theme, I ended up getting this guy. This I did not get done by Danielle. She is now in South Carolina. She's close to my sister who lives in North Carolina, so I'm very, very jealous. But I got this when she wasn't, she usually visits a couple times a year, but she wasn't in town, and I was like, I need a tattoo. So I wanted an eagle, and I got this by a tattoo place by my gym, and I love it. I mean, simple, just definitely needed something in that space, but eventually I'm gonna fill the gaps. But that's my little eagle guy. And then I would say after that would probably be my cactuses, which need to get retouched. And then this is when Danielle visited last summer. She was able to do my cactuses, which we're gonna of course retouch up, and then adding all the honeycombs, the bees, some filler, as you can see, the honeycombs, some flowers, poppies. She added some of those fillers, and yeah, I would say this is the last tattoo piece I got. We gotta backtrack. I just remembered I have two that I have not shown you yet. But these are like this was the last thing I've gotten from her. But let's rewind just a little bit. Actually, no, I think I did tell you. Yeah, I showed you my ear. If not, I'll just show you again. So I got my kitty cat behind my ear. I have 3 cat tattoos. And then I got my sternum done, which I don't think I showed you. My sternum, I got it done by a different tattoo artist because I was looking into getting a sternum piercing as well, like a dermal piercing. So I was working with a tattoo artist and a piercer at this tattoo shop. And I never actually got the dermal, but this is my clam. I had Ariel red hair, and I was like, I need something that shows that I live under the sea. So, and I just never got the dermal because, I don't know, I just liked it the way it was, and I didn't want to ruin the pearl. So, I just left it the way it was. But, I'm trying to think, I think that's it. I think that's all my tattoos, guys. Yeah. But, hang on, one quick glance. No, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I got through them all. You kind of lose track after a while. But yeah, that was the tattoo tour. I hope you all enjoyed it. Again, leave a thumbs up and leave some comments down below. Show me some love. And question of the video, what is your favorite tattoo that you have? And if you don't have a tattoo, if you were to get a tattoo, what would it be? Leave those answers down below and I love to read them. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Mr. Boofy and I, let's have him say goodbye with us. Boofy, let's say goodbye. Let's say goodbye. I will see you guys this Saturday. Hopefully I will have a vlog for you. I'm gonna try vlogging for the first time. Hopefully that goes well. But yeah, I will see you guys soon and you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye guys.